shits feel different. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, my granny told me that she praying for me. My girl told me that she staying for me. Lord gon' bless them. Lord know I stress them. More eyes swelling.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another great episode of Jump Off the Porch, man. It's the host, the one and only guy, Ruck Double Live, baby, coming to you live on this beautiful NFL Sunday. And, man, we back with just another great episode. I got a special guest in the building, new up-and-coming artist, man. Be on the lookout for him, my boy KALEEL CARPÈ. What's good with you, man?
What's good, man? How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. How you been, man?
Hey,
What
man.
you got going on now?
Man, lately, still writing per usual.
Yeah.
Came back after like a 3-year hiatus. Started back dropping like July. It was like July 31st. I came back with a song, and since then I just been dropping, trying to build that traction back up to let people know who I am.
Right, yeah. You had a 3-year hiatus. What was going on? You all right?
It was a whole aspect of trying to find myself. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the aspect on what I want to represent in music, as well as not seeking validation from other individuals. Because during the time I was putting music out before, but I was comparing myself to maybe other local artists or people that's mainstream, and I'm listening to my stuff, and I'm like, damn, niggas not really gonna like my shit because I'm talking about this and that, versus seeing what is more popular and what's catching attraction. Right. I'm like, all right, maybe I should shift towards this. And I just need to take time off to be like, yo, is music really what I want to do? How can I shape myself up and adapt to the times, but still be myself for one? And man, that whole journey was like one of those come to Jesus meetings or spiritual, awakenings, whatever. Yeah, so it's been great, man.
That's the biggest key, man. Definitely being yourself, and that's the biggest reason why I even reached out to you, because your music is different. You know what I'm saying? Your vibe is different. You're not the same as everybody else, as in a way like hip hop is moving towards hype and just straight beats, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody just clout chasing type of thing. Like you're really talking about something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what stood out to me about your music, definitely. But so what new music you got coming out?
So recently, last week I just dropped a new single called Poison. That basically talks about the environment of the world at this moment, especially in regards to the black community. That was definitely a crazy track to write. I wrote it actually in around May, and it was around the time when everything was happening in Minnesota. And it really brought a lot of emotion over me to write, and I was waiting for the right time to drop it. I didn't want to drop it during the midst of everything was happening, and it seemed like I'm doing this
for the clout.
You know what I'm saying? Which, nonetheless, what I'm talking about in the song happens every day, but I just wanted to do it at the right moment. As of right now, I'm working on a few tracks. I have a lot of more songs that I plan on releasing. Maybe not this year, but I'm definitely ending this year on a few more songs, and I'm working on a project. I plan on to start working on a project within the middle of October and have it released for December.
It's crazy that you even brought up the fact of when you was trying to put out that song, speaking on the social injustice and things of that nature. It's like, it's bad that we even got to find the right time to drop it, because it goes on so normally, like you said, that it's like you can't even have no calm time to drop it, because it's all the time something going on. You know what I'm saying? And in that song, I heard, I listened to that song, actually, that thing was dope, for real. You had, who was it you was talking to on the phone?
So that was my brother. My brother is 29 years old and been incarcerated for the past 10 years. And in totality, he's been incarcerated of his life probably about 13 to 15 years of his life. So all he knows is prison. Right. And the conversation we was having, I was trying to figure out, how does he feel, prison shapes him while he's in there, as well as, when he's to come home in 2022, in addition to, does he feel the environment that he was raised in and the way the world is set up played a role on his decisions to put him in the place that he's in. You see what I'm saying?
These are real questions that people really ask, though.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
want to know. You got that kind of firsthand opportunity to ask these questions.
Yeah.
What does he say about that?
His whole insight is that he feels that the world is set up as is, but in particular towards black people, we set up for failure the day we made in the womb. You know what I'm saying? And when you're, released into the world, it's 10 times worse. And you look at the type of environments you're placed in, and a lot of people try to place this type of fault on the individual themselves, which it can go hand in hand. But when you don't have guidance, then you succumb to these wickedness what the world has set up for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it's easy to get molded out here.
It's easy to get molded. And his aspect was, all right, I did this and I'm making up, I'm doing my deed, pulling my bid, whatever the case may be. I understand what I did to society, but society has shaped me. You know what I'm saying? So now his image is, all right, the conversation we was having is, all right, when I come home in 2022, I've been locked down for 10 years. How do I adapt?
Right.
It's time changes.
It's a lot happening in 10 years.
It's a lot happened in 10 years. And he was breaking down to me, there's people that he's locked up with that's been locked down 25 plus years. And I'm thinking on the aspect, damn, I'm 25 years old.
So like
that 1994 to 2020, whatever the case may be, that's a big time frame for one. That's many decades. You think about the change in music, the change
don't even
in
got a
presidency.
phone.
Exactly, no phone or anything. And the conversation we was having before is what I start to see is that him and I are having these conversations like, what do you want to do when you come home? And he tells me. But as time approaches to him being closer to be released, it's like, I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
That's his aspect. I'm getting nervous because like I'm saying, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. But it's like, damn, will it really work in my favor?
Right.
Because on
Some
how
odds
society
against you.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
They kind of set it up like, so you're a felon, you getting out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna hire you.
Yeah.
So what's left to do? You gotta rob, steal, do what you gotta do to live.
Exactly.
Going right back. So it's like a cycle. I feel what you're saying on that.
Yeah.
That definitely could be scary. Talk about your upbringing though, man. Talk about where you from and how you got into this rap game.
So I'm from North Carolina. I lived in New York for quite a bit. And I moved back to North Carolina in 2011. And I've always had a fascination with music, even as a young kid. The first rap song I probably can remember is Black Rob, Like Whoa. You remember that song? Yeah.
Like,
that was,
whoa.
Yeah. I'm like 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? And that really built my interest to, all right, this is music. It feels good. 5 years old, I'm not understanding what he's talking about.
Right.
But as I get older and I go back and revisit, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So during
it's
high
crazy
school,
that music makes you feel first though.
Exactly. Music, that's all music is. Music is artistry, you know what I'm saying? And I think people tend to forget that. There's a big difference to me between, rappers and then, artists.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I want to shape and be myself, but be an artist. I don't want to just be labeled as a rapper. You see what I'm saying? I want people to see the vision on how I can articulate words or how I may be able to bring a vision into a song that I write. How this song I can put out can make you feel a certain type of way, and whatever the case may be. But during the time, I was a huge as far as musical inspirations, I'm a huge like Master P fan. I'm a huge Jadakiss fan. All types of spectrums. My probably favorite type of music setting is probably Memphis. So
like
growing
Memphis
up,
cats.
Exactly. Like Tommy Wright III or 3-6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? All them. And growing up though, during that time frame, I was a big Wayne fan too.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Everybody loved Wayne.
Loved Wayne.
Yeah,
Greatest rapper alive, don't forget.
So during that time, that's like I'm listening to him heavy between 2007 to early, really 2003 to early, 2010, 2009, and I was fascinated with lyrics and his punchlines, metaphors.
Yeah.
Everyone know his metaphors and punchlines is fire.
Crazy.
So I be in, you know, the cafeteria, 8th grade, 9th grade, you know, rapping whatever, writing raps down, kicking it to the homies, and they be like, okay, this fire. And then the first song I heard that really put into perspective for me is more to music than just lyrics. There's vision, there's where you can resonate with people. I had heard J. Cole break down, and when he released in 2010.
That's real.
Yeah, it was real because that's what I was going through at the time. Like, yo, my pops had just got incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Mom had just got into a bad car accident. It just felt like everything is against me. And I'm like, yo, this is like crazy. And ever since that day and I heard that, I'm like, all right, I can do more than just rap. I can, you know, tell stories, really talk about my life. Because if I'm listening to this and this is how it made me feel, if I tell my own story, there's no telling how I can make someone else feel.
Right, it's a strategy to it.
With some ones, just the fake bigger mouths like damn. That shit pitiful you do for that clout. They been waiting for me back when Hov said bring 'em out. Well shit, I'm finally here delivering all. Yeah.
My favorite J. Cole song ever is Stay. And that was on Truly Yours.
Bro,
hey,
Stay, bro.
That song is
I
amazing.
run that back. So, bro, nah, for real though. He really, like, when he said, what he said, he was like, what he say, man, damn, I cannot think of it. But it's like every time I think about like moving or doing something big, he'll be like I wanna. What he say, man? I hate that I can't remember this right now.
I know exactly what part you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The hardest part of leaving is to know my mother here.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm coming back. Boy, believe that.
Yeah, man.
Show the little niggas you can't achieve that.
That
like,
song was beautiful.
Bro, he really inspirational wise to me because. Like we said, like artist versus rapping. Like he an artist, you know what I'm saying? He speak to the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like your music touches that type of realm. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could just cruise to your music, like I just ride around, really think, you know, and on that J. Cole type of vibe. And I really appreciate artists like that.
Yeah.
Because people need a break, bro. Like people don't always want to hear bang bang shoot 'em up type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
So. Nah, yeah, I feel that. Y'all definitely got that. And another artist that really like align with your style, you know, Boogie
from
West
LA.
Yeah.
He
hard.
Yeah.
That's the type of vibes I get too.
Boogie is fire. I had put a lot of people on the Boogie, and
You put X on the Boogie?
I did, yeah.
Cause he put me on the
Boogie. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
During the time, on the Boogie. I first heard Boogie in college when he dropped the what was it, Thirst 48, like the first one. And I'm like, oh, this nigga hard.
That sunroof and all.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, yo, I was trying to put people on, but they couldn't get into him because of his lisp and how he rap. But I'm like, nah, you get past that, listen to what my man saying.
I ain't even peep he had the list.
Yeah,
like somebody had to tell me he had the list. I said, I ain't even hear that. But nah, that's real. That's when you know you listen to lyrics versus like
exactly.
Listen to music type.
Like Jay-Z said, what he say in Blueprint. Forgot what he say, stupid niggas, do you listen to it or do you just skim through it? Basically. And that's how I live by music. I listen to music in so many ways, like sonically, lyrically,
definitely
structure. Why did you choose this word? Why did you choose this cadence? It's art, man. It's art.
I could tell by in your music, listening to your music, you got your production with it is crazy. Like even like I said, talking about you talking to your brother on the phone, or like you just throwing clips in there like Malcolm X clips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And then when you drop the video. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope.
Man.
Like just the production with it, you really take your time. You could tell. So I really that's hard.
I appreciate that for sure.
That's hard. Who you listen to now? Who your biggest artist you listen to now?
The biggest artist I listen to right now. New artist? Gosh, man, I can't really say who I listen to on the come up right now.
It's crazy. Like most artists really, like when you ask them that question, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you ask them that question, like artists really don't listen to other artists. They kind of like listen to themselves.
You know what? You know what's funny though is like before I came off this 3-year hiatus, it'd be easy for me to say that, but I've been like so tapped into myself to where I still listen to like other rappers and a lot of music, but it's like I don't take time to let their music resonate with me to be like, I'm really liking this guy. I kind of just like everyone. But somebody that I really liked off Gate, and he's just killing. I'm a big Little Baby fan.
I'm
a big Little Baby fan.
He hard.
But as far as music that I've been listening to lately, I go periods to where I don't listen to any rap. You know what I'm saying? Just to seek more inspiration. So
detox type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Detox. So I've been listening to a lot of Marvin Gaye lately. A lot of Stevie Wonder.
Bro, we here, bro. I've been on the Isley Brothers.
Yeah,
like, heavy,
Isley
like,
Brothers, heavy. I've been listening to this. I think the Canadian group called Bad Bad Not Good. They like a band, and man, they fire. Is
Kim, you know them?
They fire, man. Like they got this song Time Move Slow. I think they dropped like in 2016, but it's just been on repeat. Man, I've been listening to a lot of R&B and a lot of soul lately.
Yeah.
I even been listening to some rock lately, man.
Rock.
I feel rock artists are like in the rap realm. If you take time to listen to rock, they have some of the best songwriters because you looking at the aspect. If you listen to rock, I mean, you got your heavy metal, you know, your alternate rock.
Yeah, because that's all I think when I think rock. I'm just
exactly. But if you take time to listen to like the alternate rock, and you listen to like their songwriting is very like meticulous, but people don't take time to understand it. Yeah, because you probably think it's just like yeah, yelling and everything. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's crazy. Like for example, I've been listening to like a lot of Nirvana lately.
Okay.
And, you know, they old, you know, in the 90s, Kurt Cobain. But I listen to, like, Teen Spirit or Come As You Are. And I'm like, damn, like, the lyrics is crazy. The songwriting itself is crazy. And I just get in a mental state to where I'm listening to the production and then the lyrics. And it really inspires me. So I still write my lyrics. I don't.
Right.
Every once in a while, I'll go to where I'll do punch-ins to where I won't write anything, just go off the top of my head. I remember reading the aspect that some rappers don't write because they feel like you're limiting yourself to when you're writing versus going off top of your head, you're able to explore more on what you want to say. You're not thinking too much on what you have to say. You're not going to overthink it. It's just, all right, letting it flow, boom, bam.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying? I tried to write a song one time. I just, you know, it took me a long time, you know, versus like really, because I really like play, you know, everybody play around just freestyle with their guys and stuff like that. And it's much more like flow better when you just off top. You may slip up on words, may not know what to say here and there.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like if you give somebody like a studio time and let them slip up on the word and then they go back and do it again, I feel like that's what make the song better. Like, so I feel what you're saying with that. You know, ain't no big artist, you know what I'm saying?
That studio time is something serious too. I've been in studio sessions before, paid studio sessions, to where you got niggas that be in there, and then keying. You spending $300 maybe on a 4 or 5 hour session.
Yeah.
And all you doing is you talking, you smoking, and you drinking, but you ain't laying nothing down. You might get one song done out of those 5 hours, and that's like me. That's a waste of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But people care about the image. Yo, I'm in the studio, see what I'm doing, whatever the case may be, and it just doesn't. It don't mean anything. At the end of the day, it's this pop clip that I watch all the time. That's when he was filming. He was recording the 7 Day Theory, the Machiavelli album.
Yeah.
The 7 Day Theory, and he was in the studio with the Outlaws and everything, and he came and was like, "Yo, niggas ain't got time to be in here in this studio just bullshitting. We got 7 days, blah blah blah. Y'all niggas in here just playing around. Nah, if you got something on your head, go ahead and lay that on the studio, lay that on the mic. First thing that comes in this nigga head, that's the hook. Just lay everything down right now.
Yeah.
We got all these niggas that love being in the studio, like the engineers. They can mix the stuff and shit later. We need to lay this down right now. And that's always my mentality. Whether I'm in a home studio or whether I'm in it's business.
It's business.
And that's the only way I feel people to take anyone serious in the musical realm, because if you don't hold yourself as a business and carry yourself as a business, people not gonna look at you as a business. They're gonna look at you, oh, this nigga just want to rap too. Oh, this nigga just another SoundCloud rapper, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you got niggas that be wanting to have the image, but they don't want to take the time with the quality of the image. You got these trash people that you get to mix your music, or you're not taking the time to invest into good quality.
It's trying to be out right now, trying to get
Yeah,
hot right now.
exactly. And it's no rush, man. It's no rush.
Consistent being inconsistent. Ain't gotta say it, cause I see it all from your position. Run away from problems when we got them to avoid conviction. It's like we talk about each other, but we ain't direct.
I'm not a person that like to act off the whim. You know what I'm saying? Just, all right, let's go do this.
Just go with it, yeah.
Like, I'm very, like, organized and structured.
I seen that with Nip.
Yeah.
Like when I started, you know what I'm saying, after he passed, started doing, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure everybody did, but started doing a little more research with him.
Yeah.
And he took it, like, they said Nip would take like years to make an album. Like years, like he just, you know what I'm saying, it has to be precise. I think he only had one album, right? I think that was his only album.
I think one commercial album, Victory.
Yeah,
Victory
like
album. Everything else was like, mixtapes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Game was speaking on it. He was like, yeah, like I went to the studio with Nip, and man, he just like, it took forever because he just, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Do that over.
Very
you know
particular.
What I'm saying? Yeah, very particular. I feel like as an artist, you got to be. I feel like it's a tier, like it's different tiers of artists. You know what I'm saying? So those type of artists, like the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, the Nips, lyrical, you know what I'm saying, type of guys, they definitely put more into their craft.
That exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So what's your studio artist? Because I feel like you know what I'm saying, you have that potential to be up there in that caliber. You know what I'm saying? Just based off how your music flows. So what is your studio routine or procedure? You know what I'm saying? What gets you in that mode?
Water first off. Like I'm big on water. It keeps me energized for one. That's all I drink, honestly, is water. Also, I'm big on having to have the vibe. So if I go to a studio, if I go to like a home studio, my man's crib, it's never just, all right, let me go in here and start rapping. Like, nah, let's get some juices flowing. Maybe let's work on a few beats first. Let me hear you make up some beats. Boom, bam. Get me just some verbal lyrical exercises. All right, bam. Now I can go record. But it all depends on the type of track I'm recording. I can't record anything if I'm not in that mental place. So, for example, this is like a fun fact, like Poison, right?
Yeah.
I recorded it in March, but I wanted to re-record it over. And when I recorded it in March or May, whatever the case may have been, I was in the zone when I recorded it. So the version that's out, that's the original, that's the master, that's the original version, everything. I had went to re-record it, but it didn't turn out the same. And the only reason I wanted to re-record it because me being meticulous as I am, I'm like, all right, this is certain parts, certain words I want to stretch like out a little longer, or whatever the case may be, which I don't think the common listener would peep.
Of course
but
not.
It's just something I want to do. And when I went to try to go record it for a second time, the emotion and the feeling wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, it felt forced. People listen to this and I put out this forced version, they not gonna feel it. Or it's not gonna, or even if they do feel it, I'm not gonna feel good about it because it's like, all right, I know I could have did better. I know I rushed this.
You gotta feel good about it first.
Yeah, exactly. I want to feel good about my art. This was like the big journey of me getting out of the seeking validation, because at the end of the day, like I've said it plenty of times, but like music is just art and it's an expression of yourself.
Right.
So I want to feel good about it before I put it out. So if I feel good about it, that's all that matters. I don't care if no one else likes it.
Right.
The fact that I felt good about it when I put it out, that's all that matters. It was this, and what really helped me get into that aspect was, I'm already like, I read quite a bit. I read a lot actually. But I started to get more into more of like the spiritual realm. I used to be heavy on that, pretty heavy, and I started to read the Quran a little bit more. And I remember coming across this interview with Jimi Hendrix, and I know you probably like, damn, all this nigga do is watch interviews, but
nah, I do too.
It's, I watch him because, man, there's so many gems.
Bro.
Yeah, it's knowledge. There's so many gems you could pick apart. And Jimi Hendrix was talking about he don't care whether somebody say something negative about this stuff, and he don't really care too much about the positive, because the moment you care too much about the positive, you build an ego. And you get complacent, you become stagnant, like, yo, I got this shit on lock, You know what I'm saying? I'm chill, man. Everybody like this, boom, bam.
Right.
And then the moment you give too much energy to the negative, it's like, damn, I'm getting discouraged. Maybe they won't like this.
You lose
And
yourself.
you lose yourself and you
Mhm.
overthink. So if you feel though, you learn to close those gaps, you're like a made man. So even when, since I've been dropping pretty frequently since July,
Mhm.
you know, there's people that reach out to me often, whether it's via comments or, you know, DMs or people I know, people I don't know. They be like, yo, I really like this or whatever. Though I haven't had anyone to be like, actually I had a few people to where it's like blogs and curators and stuff be like, yo, this song is nice, but I don't like this, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And even the people that has reached out to be like, yo, I really like this, it's like I see everything on a on a common ground. So
Right.
I don't, when people like something, it's like, yo, I appreciate it. Like, I really do appreciate it.
Right.
But it's never to where, yo, they really like this. Nah, because I don't want to build that momentum
Mhm.
and then build this momentum, try to create something else and hope for it to be accepted the same.
Right.
And it's not, because that's going to tear you down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then the negative stuff, when people say that, it's like, all right, man. Like, I know this shit fire. So
Right.
if you don't like it, that's fine. Like, you're not gonna win everyone over. And
Exactly. Right. You got to be okay with that.
exactly, like, man, you really think everybody like Drake? And Drake is the biggest artist in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone don't like Drake.
I seen. I was listening because I listen to Black too, and he said in this song he was like something like, I'm not gonna do that because if I do it and it pop, I'm gonna have to keep doing it the same thing over and over, and y'all not gonna like that. Like y'all not gonna like me, so I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I felt that. I forgot what song it was, but that joint was. I don't know. I felt that when he said that. That's real.
It was in was it the Free Black mixtape with the
Think-
bear up there? I remember it
Yeah,
was like
yeah, it was the first one.
it was like the last two. I know what song you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
But nah, yeah, that's real though. Like you can't conform. You gotta stay true.
Exactly.
So yeah. But yeah, man. Future wise, what can we expect from you, man? When's something gonna drop? When's the next drop?
Man. So me and my label, which we aim at independent, so we doing everything independent. My label is strictly for the homies. And what we doing right now is plotting on what song to drop next, because I'm pretty stacked on quite a few songs. But it's a type of certain structure you have to do. So I know to the fact that I don't have the luxury to just drop a music and everyone tap in,
Right.
because I'm not on that
pedestal
pedestal.
type,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? So to direct more traffic and to be more fluent in content, we aiming for different types of visuals, whether it's a music video, whether it's documentaries, whether it's just something to be more engaging and to show my image on what I represent. Because a person can listen to your music and they can have a shape for you, but
Yeah.
that only means so much. You want to see more on what this person is about. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like you look at an artist like, which I'm a fan of. You look at like DaBaby. Like people listen to his music, yeah, boom, bam, but his visuals are crazy.
Yeah,
Like
his videos be
his
crazy.
directing team,
Right.
videography team is crazy. His image is crazy. Whether it's on the spectrum, either you like DaBaby or either you
Right.
don't like. You're gonna like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna like his music, but as far as image, it's either you like his image or either you don't. You know what I'm saying? And we getting in that aspect to where, all right, let's figure out what type of visual content, more visual
Type of
content
image you want to put out.
Exactly.
I feel it.
And then still aiming on a project by the end of the year. I have a few concepts, a few titles, but at this point, it's kind of like, all right, what do I want to put out first? You know what I'm saying? To make it to where it's not too strong, but it's not too petty.
Yeah,
in the
that
same
first drop
aspect.
got to be something.
Exactly.
Gotta be something
I
crazy.
want to be able to look back on my first drop and be like, yo, this shit is amazing.
Right.
But I can tell you it will be a conceptual thing. It will be a conceptual thing. I'm very big on concepts and cohesive projects. So it'll be very engaging. It'll definitely be very engaging. As far as the number of tracks, I'm a big Lucky Number 7 guy. But
I feel it.
Yeah. I can't say it'll be 7 tracks, but it's possible. It's just it's part of the structure of music in itself, on how music moves so fast. People not taking the time to really listen to long songs anymore,
Right. Yeah.
or long projects.
I don't
Especially
like that, by the way. I like 2-3 verses type of song.
Yeah,
Like I
same.
hate when a song is fire and it's like one verse.
Mm-hmm.
Like Future, Married to the Game, bro.
Yeah,
I was
facts.
pissed, bro. I'm like, yo, you gotta go again. Like you gotta go. That joint's crazy, but nah, I feel it though. Definitely having that particular content level, and you know, sometimes less is more.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I feel that.
And then the top of the year, we got a lot of stuff coming for the top of the year though. That's already planned out. So 2021, I'm definitely making more of a foot in the ground.
Say
for
that.
Sure.
Yes, sir. But Kaleel Carpè, where you get that name from? Like,
so yeah, Kaleel is my actual first name.
Right.
Did some research on it, and my name means friend, which is people really acknowledge on how great of a friend I am. So that it's funny that I didn't know that until maybe I was like 19, 20. And I don't even think my mom understood, like, yo, let me name him this because of this is what it means. It was just probably one of those names. Yeah. Then Carpè comes from the phrase, you know, Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Yeah, seize the day.
Yep.
And I look at the aspects where I just want to seize, you know, any opportunity that I'm given. At first, yeah, I had plenty previous rap names before Kaleel Carpè. It was like legit. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, that shit not it. It's not it. It don't really sit right with me. Right. Yeah. So changing it to Kaleel Carpè, I feel like it made it more personal, more of a meaning to it. And I think the aspect at first, which, you know, the homies was clowning me, be like, yo, you really think niggas gonna say Kaleel Carpè? Right. And I'm like, shit, do you hear niggas usually say Kendrick Lamar full name? Nah, niggas just call him Kendrick or K-Dot, you know what I'm saying? So whatever the case may be.
Having that strong first, you know what I'm saying, first and last with it. You can verify how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do your own variation of it. Yeah. People just might cut it out and say Carpè.
Yeah.
So that's smooth too.
Niggas fuck around, call me KC, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Any press is good press.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's going to wrap it up for this episode, man. I appreciate you once again.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me come.
You already know, man. Kaleel Carpè, man. Be on the lookout. He up and coming, man. We're going to... That's it for another great episode of Jump Off the Porch, man. I hope y'all tuned in. I hope y'all liking, commenting, subscribing. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got somebody, an up-and-coming artist, man, y'all leave it in the comments who y'all want to see, man, or anything. You know, anybody you feel, you know what I'm saying, is doing something in North Carolina, doing their thing, you know, we got to show love, man. So leave a comment who you want to see next. And, you know, we're going to wrap it up from here, man. It's the one and only guy, Ruck Double I, baby. We out.
If I don't make it here, then they probably put me in cages. Face front on them pages. Or that pavement.